Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where we dive deep into the fascinating world of American coin history, hidden treasures, and the incredible values these coins can reach in today's market. Today we are exploring one of the most iconic and highly collected coins in American history, the Liberty 1-cent coin, and specifically the 1989 issues that collectors continue to chase for both their history and their value. The story of the Liberty 1-cent coin stretches back to the early days of the United States Mint. Introduced in 1793, these coins became a symbol of freedom and the young nation's dedication to liberty. Over the decades, the design of the cent changed many times, but the word liberty always remained at the heart of the coin, representing not just a denomination but an idea. By the time we reached the late 20th century, in 1989, the coin had already lived through almost 2 centuries of American history, wars, economic booms, recessions, and countless design changes. Now let us talk about the 1989 Liberty 1 cent. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary penny, a small copper-plated zinc coin that many people would ignore or toss into a jar. But for collectors, 1989 pennies have stories to tell. Some carry errors, some exist in pristine mint state condition, and some are so rare that they can fetch thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. That is why collectors around the world pay close attention to this year. The 1989 cent was produced at multiple mints, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint produced the largest number, while Denver coins carry the D mint mark. San Francisco, on the other hand, produced proof coins specially struck for collectors. Proof coins are made with polished dies and planchets, giving them a mirror-like surface that stands out from regular circulation strikes. What makes these coins so valuable today? There are several key factors. First, condition. A 1989 penny in average circulation is worth face value, just 1 cent. But when you find one in mint state, with no scratches, no wear, and sharp details, the price skyrockets. High-grade examples certified by grading services such as PCGS or NGC have sold for thousands of dollars. In fact, some near-perfect 1989 pennies graded MS69 have reached astounding values. Second, errors and varieties. Error coins are like hidden treasures. A 1989 cent with a double die error, off-center strike, or clipped planchet can easily bring in hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the severity of the mistake. Collectors love these unique pieces because no 2 errors are exactly alike. That makes them one-of-a-kind collectibles. Now let's discuss the market value. Currently the highest reported value for a rare 1989 Liberty 1 cent coin is $779,356. Yes, you heard that correctly. A penny that most people would ignore can be worth nearly $800,000 under the right conditions. This number shocks many new collectors, but it proves just how much demand exists in the coin market for rarity and perfection. The regular 1989 penny in circulated condition is of course still worth just a cent, but in uncirculated mint state you can expect values anywhere from a few dollars to several hundred. Proof examples, especially those graded PR70, can reach into the thousands. When we add the possibility of rare mint errors, you can see why collectors are willing to pay extraordinary amounts. So why does this matter for you? Because right now you could have one of these coins sitting in your pocket change, your old piggy bank, or a jar of pennies passed down from family. Many people have no idea what to look for, and that is where knowledge becomes money. By checking the date, the mint mark, the condition, and searching carefully for errors, you might discover a fortune hiding in plain sight. The coin market in 2025 remains strong, with collectors all over the world looking for high-quality US coins. Auctions are competitive, and prices continue to surprise experts. That means that coins like the 1989 Liberty 1 cent are not just pieces of history, they are also investments. Every year that passes, pristine examples become scarcer, and that scarcity drives up value even further. Let us not forget the historical importance. Holding a Liberty 1 cent coin is like holding a small piece of America's story. The design honors liberty, the foundation of the nation, and the coin itself has circulated through the hands of millions of Americans. From grocery stores to gas stations to family savings jars, the 1989 penny has been part of everyday life, and yet a few rare examples have become treasures worth more than a luxury car, a house, or even a lifetime of savings. So when you look at your coins, never underestimate them. A simple penny can hold history, beauty, and incredible value. And here on Rare US Coins, we want to keep sharing these discoveries with you, teaching you how to spot the valuable pieces, how to understand the history, and how to appreciate the hidden gems in your collection. If you enjoyed learning about the Liberty 1-cent coin from 1989 and its amazing current market value, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Rare US Coins, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a chance to discover the next coin that might change your life. Share this video with your friends and family too, because you never know, someone close to you might be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins. Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where we dive deep into the fascinating world of American numismatics and uncover the hidden treasures that many people overlook. Today we are going to talk about one of the most historic and collectible coins ever minted in the United States, the Liberty 1 cent. This small coin carries with it more than just copper and design. It holds a story of American history, rarity, and value that continues to amaze collectors and investors around the world. By the end of this video you will understand why this coin is worth so much money today and why its market value continues to climb. The Liberty 1 cent, often referred to as the large cent in its earliest issues, was first introduced in the late 1700s. The idea behind the coin was simple yet powerful. America had just gained independence, and the new nation wanted a currency that reflected freedom, strength, and identity. The image of liberty was chosen to symbolize the spirit of the young country. Over the years, the Liberty 1 cent went through multiple design changes, but the powerful message of liberty never disappeared. Collectors love this coin not only for its historical meaning but also for the artistry in the designs, which vary from the draped bust to the classic head to the coronet head styles and more. Each version tells its own part of the American story. Now let us talk about why the Liberty 1 cent is so valuable today. Coins are graded by condition, rarity, and demand in the market. Some Liberty cents are common in circulated condition, but when you find them in mint state or with special die varieties, their value skyrockets. For example, some rare dates and error coins can bring tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. The market for these coins is extremely strong because serious collectors are always searching for high quality and rare examples. The year 1990 is particularly interesting in the coin market because it represents a period when collectors began paying more attention to errors, mint marks, and proof issues. While the Liberty 1 cent as a design was no longer being struck in 1990, the tradition of liberty on American coins continued. Many collectors today look back at earlier Liberty cents and compare them with modern coins to see how the artistry and values of the mint have changed. The key point is that historic Liberty 1 cent coins remain some of the most desirable in the numismatic community. As for the current market value, the Liberty 1 cent can range dramatically depending on its condition and rarity. Some heavily worn pieces may be worth only a few dollars to collectors who simply want a piece of history, but the rare dates and mint state examples can be worth staggering amounts. Right now in today's market, certain Liberty cents have been valued at over $779,357. Yes, you heard that right, a single coin worth more than most houses. This shows just how powerful rarity and demand can be in the coin collecting world. So why are people willing to pay so much money for these coins? The answer lies in scarcity and historical importance. Remember that coins are not just money, they are art, history, and culture preserved in metal. The Liberty 1 cent connects collectors to the very roots of the American nation. Owning one is like holding a piece of independence in your hand. That emotional value, combined with the rarity of certain issues, pushes the prices into the stratosphere. Now let us take a closer look at how you can determine if you have a valuable Liberty 1 cent in your collection. First, always check the date. Certain years are far rarer than others. Second, inspect the coin for errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual mint marks. Third, pay attention to the condition. A coin that looks crisp with sharp details and very little wear will be worth exponentially more than the same date in poor condition. If you suspect you have a rare Liberty cent, it is always a good idea to have it graded by a professional service such as PCGS or NGC. For investors, Liberty 1 cents are a solid asset because their value has consistently risen over time. Unlike modern coins that are struck in huge numbers, these older coins were made in limited quantities and many have not survived. Every year the surviving population becomes smaller, and that scarcity drives up value. Many people collect them as a hobby, but some view them as long-term investments that can outperform even stocks or gold. Collectors also appreciate the beauty of these coins. The flowing hair Liberty, the draped bust, the coronet head, and other designs represent some of the finest engraving work ever done by the United States Mint. Displaying them in a collection is not just about money but about pride in owning a piece of art that has lasted centuries. This emotional connection ensures that the demand will always be there. So what does this mean for you as a collector or someone interested in coins? It means that every time you come across an old coin, you should not ignore it. That old copper cent lying in a drawer or passed down from your grandparents could be worth a fortune. The Liberty 1 cent in particular is one of the best coins to study and search for because its potential value is massive. At Rare US Coins, our goal is to bring you the most accurate and fascinating information about these treasures. We want to show you the history, the value, and the passion behind American coinage. The Liberty 1 cent is not just a piece of copper. It is a symbol of freedom, a work of art, and in many cases a small fortune waiting to be discovered. So if you are interested in rare coins, keep watching our videos, subscribe to our channel, and join us on this journey through history. The Liberty 1 cent is proof that sometimes the smallest objects can hold the greatest value. And who knows, maybe the next coin you find could change your life. Thank you for watching Rare US Coins. Today we are going to talk about something truly exciting, a coin that might look small in your hand but carries with it a history, a mystery, and even a potential fortune. We are exploring the Liberty 1 cent coin, specifically the 2005 D version, its historical background, its value in today's market, and why collectors across the world are paying attention to it right now. Let's start with the basics. The United States 1 cent coin, often called the penny, has been around for more than 2 centuries. From the very first coins that featured the flowing hair Liberty in 1793, the penny has gone through countless designs and mint variations. Each design change reflects a piece of American history, and each mint mark tells us where the coin came from and why it matters. The Liberty 1 cent coins have always been special to collectors because they symbolize freedom and the enduring spirit of the nation. Now let's fast forward to the year 2005. The Denver Mint released a series of coins that would go on to be highly collectible. Among them is the 2005 D Liberty 1 cent. At first glance, this may seem like just another modern penny, something you could easily pass by in your pocket change. But here is where the story gets interesting. This coin, especially in certain grades and conditions, is now worth far more than its face value. While the face says 1 cent, the market today tells us a different story. Collectors are paying incredible amounts, and the coin has a current listed value that reaches as high as $779,358 under the right conditions. Yes, you heard that right, a single cent coin potentially worth close to $800,000 if it carries the right minting errors, grade, and rarity factor. So why is this coin so valuable? The 2005 D Liberty 1 cent has become famous in coin collecting circles due to the combination of rarity, demand, and striking errors. Some coins left the Denver Mint with double die errors, off-center strikes, and unusual variations in the metal. These types of minting errors are gold mines for collectors because they create unique coins that only a handful of people will ever hold in their lifetime. The rarity makes the value skyrocket, and collectors are willing to pay a fortune to add such pieces to their collection. Another key point to understand is grading. If you hold a 2005 D Liberty 1 cent coin in average circulated condition, it may not bring much more than its face value. But if you have one that is in mint state condition, certified by a professional grading service, the value can multiply beyond imagination. Coins graded MS-65 and higher are the ones commanding record prices in auctions. And when you add in a rare error strike, that is when the bidding wars begin, the market today for rare US coins is stronger than ever. With more and more collectors entering the scene and online auctions opening up worldwide access, the demand for rare pennies like the 2005 D Liberty 1 cent is only growing. People are searching through their old coin jars, bank rolls, and family collections hoping to discover one of these hidden treasures. And with current values listed around $779,358 for the rarest examples, it is easy to see why the excitement is spreading, but let us not forget the historical significance. The Liberty design is a reminder of the core values of the United States. Every time you look at a Liberty coin, you are holding a small symbol of the country's journey through time. The 2005 D issue continues this legacy, combining modern minting with a nod to tradition, and for collectors it is not just about the money, it is about preserving a piece of history. So what should you do if you think you have a 2005 D Liberty 1 cent? First, handle it carefully. Do not clean it or polish it because that can reduce its value. Store it in a protective holder and consider sending it to a reputable grading company like PCGS or NGC for certification. Once it is graded, you will know exactly what condition it is in and what kind of value you can expect in the market. Many collectors today are still surprised to learn that coins from just a couple of decades ago can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The truth is, value in coin collecting is not always about age. It is about rarity, condition, errors, and demand. The 2005 D Liberty 1 cent is the perfect example of this. Before we wrap up, let's recap. A simple penny, minted in Denver in 2005, carrying the Liberty design, has transformed into one of the most exciting finds in the world of rare US coins. With potential values soaring to more than $779,000, this is a coin worth hunting for. Whether you are a casual hobbyist, a serious investor, or just someone curious about the change in your pocket, the story of the 2005 D Liberty 1 cent shows us why coin collecting is such a fascinating adventure. Thank you for joining us here on Rare US Coins. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating story of the Liberty 1 cent coin, specifically the 2013 D edition, a coin that may appear small in size but carries with it a remarkable history, a unique background, and in some cases a surprisingly high value in the coin market. If you are interested in coins that look ordinary but can be worth a fortune, then you are in the right place. Stay tuned until the very end because the details we share today might completely change the way you look at the pennies in your own pocket. The Liberty 1 cent, also commonly known as the Lincoln penny, has been part of American coinage for over a century. Since 1909, this coin has carried the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, created by Victor David Brenner. For generations, Americans have used it every day without thinking twice about its importance, but to collectors, each year, each mint mark, and each special condition of these coins tells a story. Now let us focus on the 2013 D Liberty 1 cent coin. The letter D stands for the Denver Mint, where millions upon millions of these coins were struck in 2013. At first glance, it looks just like any other modern penny, with Lincoln's bust on the front and the Union Shield design on the reverse, symbolizing unity and the strength of the United States. But what makes the 2013 D coin so interesting is how certain conditions and specific errors can make it far more valuable than its simple face value of 1 cent. Collectors today pay special attention to minting errors, rare die variations, and coins that remain in pristine uncirculated condition. Even though billions of pennies were minted in 2013, only a fraction survive without scratches, wear, or damage. When a 2013 D Liberty 1 cent is graded by professional grading services as MS-67 or higher, its value skyrockets in the open market. Some examples have sold for extraordinary prices that might shock anyone who thinks a penny is worthless. Currently, certain rare 2013 D Liberty 1 cent coins have been reported with a market value reaching into the hundreds of dollars, and in the most exceptional cases even more. The estimated top-range value circulating among collectors today is over $779,359 for the most unique and highly graded specimens. Imagine finding a simple penny in your change and realizing it could be worth more than a luxury house or a collection of cars. That is the thrill and mystery of coin collecting, and it is exactly why channels like Rare US Coins exist to guide you through the hidden wealth sitting in plain sight. Now let us dive a little deeper into the history. In 2010, the United States Mint introduced the Union Shield reverse design for the 1-cent coin, replacing the Lincoln Memorial that had been on the back since 1959. This shield represents unity across the nation and ties back to the earliest roots of American history. By 2013, the coin carried both this modern design and the traditional Lincoln portrait, making it a blend of old and new. Collectors love to look at this year because it represents a period of transition and pride in American heritage. The Denver Mint is one of the busiest mints in the country. In 2013, it produced more than 2 billion pennies. But remember, rarity in coin collecting is not just about how many were made, it is about how many survive in excellent condition and how many display special features that make them unique. For example, coins struck with double dies, off-center strikes, or other unusual minting errors immediately attract attention from collectors and can sell for astonishing sums. So, what should you do if you come across a 2013 D Liberty 1-cent coin? The first step is to examine its condition carefully. If it looks brand new and shiny with no scratches, it could be worth having it graded. Look closely at the lettering, the date, and the design for any signs of doubling or unusual marks. These details can be the difference between a coin worth just a penny and a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Right now, the coin collecting market is strong. Interest in pennies, especially rare varieties, has been climbing steadily. With precious metals and collectibles becoming a safe haven for many investors, coins like the 2013 D Liberty 1-cent are gaining more recognition. That means if you find one in excellent condition or with an error, the market is ready to reward you handsomely. The story of the Liberty 1-cent is not just about money, though. It is about history, heritage, and the enduring symbol of Abraham Lincoln, one of America's greatest leaders. Every time you hold one of these coins, you are holding a piece of history that has passed through countless hands, carried stories of everyday Americans, and survived to remind us of the values that built the nation. Here at Rare US Coins, we believe that every coin has a story and every collector has the chance to discover something truly remarkable. The 2013 D Liberty 1-cent may be a modern coin, but its potential value and historical significance make it one of the most exciting coins to watch in today's market. Whether you are a beginner who just found your first penny or an experienced collector searching for that one special piece, this coin deserves your attention. So next time you receive change at a store or check your coin jar at home, pay extra attention to those pennies. One of them might just be a 2013 D Liberty 1-cent that could change your life forever. Thank you for joining us today on Rare US Coins. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the history, value, and hidden potential of the 2013 D Liberty 1-cent coin, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. We are constantly exploring the fascinating world of rare coins, and you never know which one could be worth a fortune. Share this video with your friends and family because the next great discovery might be sitting right in their pocket change. This is Rare US Coins.